Assalamu alaikum dear students. I am Qamar Sumaira coming back with the same subject of academic writing for another lecture, and that is about reading academic text effectively. We are going to discuss the different strategies for extracting information from the documents. Well, to be a good writer, I have talked in my previous lecture that you need to be a good reader. Reader makes you perfect in your writing. So it means until and unless you do not read the documents, you won't be able to interpret what you are going to, or you cannot imagine that what you are going to write up. So it means for writing, you need to draft in your mind, you need to brainstorm your all ideas in your mind, that on which topic you are going to write, number one, and then how you are going to develop your all read ideas, all the stuff that you have taken from different books, from different journals, or from different whatever the stuff has been given to you, handouts might be, or the books. I mean, how you are going to select all those details for your writing. So selection needs your reading skill to be added. So we have different strategies for our reading skills. We are going to, inhabit only within the strategies that are applied in our reading skills. You might be familiar with the names of, as I said, prerequisite subject was your functional English, so I'm going to make it short, my today's debate, that you are familiar with the skimming, that is the strategy to extract the main information from the given data within quick time period. So it means how to grab the maximum kind of information from the already existing literature, and that literature carries the books, the journals, the research papers, the research thesis you have been given, or the reports, might be public reports, might be your journalistic reports, or whatsoever that relates the information with your own field. I am talking about all of them. So it means to extract the data, you need to skim rather than you are actually reading out the lines, or in between the lines, word by word reading. You need to focus that what you are looking for. So skimming makes us able to introduce with the strategy that be smart. Be smart with which form? That you need to find out the main ideas with the only one or two supporting details. As we have already discussed that a paragraph or your writing must comprises of your introduction, supporting details, and conclusion. So if some other writers before you in their academia have already done this one exercise, we can take up the example, we can learn from their writing that how to introduce our topic, how to take the supporting detail that is much relevant to my topic, and then how should I conclude my own. So it means skimming is what need to read out your topic sentence, your introduction of the topic, and then topic sentence must be relevant to your paragraph writing, I acknowledge. But thing is, your introductory paragraph would be just like your topic sentence, that will be providing you the main idea of someone other's writing, that how someone other person has detailed his all or introduced his idea in his first two paragraphs, in first, second, or first, second, third paragraphs, depends. So how much time have been given to you for reading? This matters a lot when you are discussing with your skimming technique to be used inside your reading. And skimming, let me tell you, it is this kind of technique is much easier to use when your document is short, because within no time you can have to, or you should have to skim it for your own getting the main gist or main idea of the given document. So for it, you may underline whatever the strategies may come up. Definitely we will talk about that what are the different note taking exercises or practices we can adopt while doing this one practice of skimming. Then we have scanning. Now, reading out the whole document, taking the whole impression was skimming. What is scanning? To focus on your specific information, that is your scanning technique. So when dealing with the scanning, you need to learn that what specific information you are looking for. For example, I want to look for the different researches that have already been done on a subject of, let's say for example, introduction to linguistics, and then with trends in linguistics or in emerging linguistics, what are the different fields. I should have to look for that one particular website that I need for my data. So I cannot explore it within no time. Definitely out of many good websites, I have to choose it while reading out the introductory lines of all the given websites. This is skimming. That how to focus your study means that open that one website that focuses on the keywords you need for your writing. That is what I am telling you as a scanning. In simple words, scanning is locating your word from a dictionary, I am providing you the example from your website search. So previously in bookish reading, we had scanning in terms of locating the word from our dictionaries. But now, while in digital world, definitely it has digitalized our all ideas to find out the required information from the websites. So those websites definitely are definitely particular and specific when you are looking for your, as I said, keywords, what you need for your own writing. That is scanning. We have one more method as inference. Guess. Let's say for example, there is some bombastic word, there is some jargon that is used in the headline or heading of some document. So how would you infer that information in your mind that this one document might be relevant to me? And this is what mostly we do. We abruptly open any website and try to locate our required information. This kind of technique is called inference. But remember, inference always work out with logical connections in your minds. You cannot open any website for any reason. Definitely the keywords are there in your mind. That's why you open and infer that my provided information, my required information would be there in that one document because the keywords are suggesting me to open it. So inference is guessing that my required information will be over there or whatever I think would be right or wrong. Definitely dealing with the difficult vocabulary items without knowing the meaning is your inference technique. Without facing it or without evidencing it from any other document like your dictionaries, that what would be the exact meaning of that document. That is inference. Another one technique is your SQ 4R method. Now from 3R to we have shifted to 4R. Now what is SQ 3R? As I said, you have already done it. S means survey, Q means questions, ask the questions from yourself. Survey is finding your all kind of information that are available for your data. Question means what do I need, why I need it, how should I limit my search to these 1 or 2 or 3 keywords. These are your questions. Then 4R method means start reading. Now that again, read, recall, review and revise. These are 4 R's that may come up onto the overlapping stage when until and unless it is not recall before your read. So it means the first R would always be read. Read means skim your document. So within quick reading, you may skim, you may scan. That read means skimming or scanning efficiently. And then recalling means relate your present information with your previous one and then explore that is it connecting with my ideas or not. So this is how you comprehend that what is given inside this document and how to grasp my required information according to it. Then we have review. Now review whatever you have read, whatever the things you have read from start to the end or from the introduction till the conclusion. Review what I have done, and this is how working on the laptops, we highlight the things, we underline it, we might bold different letters or the words so that we can remember the words at least. While dealing with your writing system, definitely we need some note taking and note making strategies. Well, I would definitely go over there with one of the option that while recalling, reviewing and revising, try to develop your notes or the main points of your notes from any document. It means you may outline it side by side or you may highlight it by the way of underlining or the bold letters and so on. There are different strategies that we do use while dealing with the reading strategies. We have different methods that you may explore from your internet websites as well. The Cornell method, the outlining method, the words itself tells you Cornell method is applied in University of Tennessee. So it means it is an authentic method that gives you the organized outline of the lecture in the form of the points. Main points are written over there, allowing the room for the examples and details. So it means divide your page into one or two halves, and then you may write down the main points on the one side and you may write up the other examples or the description on the other side. One more method that is applied during your reading is your outlining method. I have already discussed it. Underline whatever you feel that this is important, and this might be the keyword for my search. The mapping method, it means relating one information with the other one, and this is how we number the different points, and then we map it, that this line number 1 might be mapping with the line number 10, with which reason that, let's say for example, the different ideas may collide, the different ideas may compare, the different ideas may be the similar ones as before you have done. The concept maps, developing your diagrams while reading, that developing your mind maps while reading, these are all the methods that are already present on your websites. The charting method, the sentence method, that means writing down the complete sentences for your, so there are certain things that we need to remember whenever we are talking about these different types of methods, that we need to be a good reader first. It means we need to find out that what are the details that are provided and how to fix the issues if we face during our reading, and those issues might be the complicated language of the writer. Those complications could be the complex structure of the sentences, or might be the things that may encounter vague or ambiguous for us. So do not pay attention at all on all those distractions which may distract you for your reading comprehension. So this is one of the strategy that we need, and then I will definitely provide you the difference between the digital handwriting and the definitely your handwriting that you use while writing down some document. Digital is all about that is easier to create diagrams, and handwriting is easier to manage with your hand. Digital is faster, easier to take a higher volume of notes. So it means a large number of ideas can be collected when you are dealing with your digital kind of writing. It means just cut and paste the things on other page, on other document, whatever you feel that this is relevant to my research, or this is relevant to my idea or the topic that I am working on it. Then handwriting can be better for comprehension. It provides more focus for students prone to digital distraction. I mean, sometimes we somehow feel ourselves lost within mobile phone applications whenever we are trolling or we are searching some information from our cell phones. And then sometimes better for visual learners when you are giving some handwritten things by your hand. Always it is, helpful because it is traditional and we all are used to of it. But digital has many other significances. It is easier to edit and recognize and then organize as well, can be backed up, shared and searched again and again, can be better for comprehension and retention of factual information. So it does mean it retains it somewhere within your laptops, within your mobile phones, or whatever the gadget you are using for informing or for remembering. The thing is, reading is not something that you read and forget. Reading is all about that you must have to keep the words, the things in your mind whenever you are reading it from somewhere. So it means retention is all when you are going to save your all handwritten material, or might be your digital material somewhere on your websites, or might be on your gadgets, whatever the things are given. Definitely that could be your hand notebook, that handmade notebook, or might be your registers, or likewise the digital diaries in your laptops. Depends on your learning style. Debate that which one is better. Both are fine because you are working hard to be a good writer. Remember, for writing, we are learning how to read. Well, this is all about our today's lecture. I hope this one reading comprehension lecture would help you out to be a good writer. You need to focus on, I did not mention many things because of the time lapse. You may have to add the vocabulary you are learning, just underline it and make your own dictionaries at some, as a separate document, or might be like that, as I used to do as a student. And then number two, whenever you have some new idea, you might develop another document, new ideas, by the name of new ideas. Okay, now I would like to focus on my all debate on this one point. Somewhere I have said that you must need to cut and paste your information in some other document. By this one action, I do not actually mean that you may take the same words of some other writers as your own. I would definitely say, to avoid plagiarism, to avoid the act of unethical research, dealings, you need to reform, reframe, or rephrase the given lines, whatever someone other has written, because these are the lines which someone other person has written, not you or yourself. So making your own one, relate that information with your one, so that you may continue your own personal involvement, or you may give your personal ideas onto the same topic on which you are working on. Well, this was the all conclusion of our today's lecture. Hope I have resolved many of the issues in your reading strategies for your advanced academic writing. This is all about our today's lecture. See you inshallah next week for another episode, for another lecture on some other topic. Till that time, stay blessed. Have a nice day.